In this video here, I'll be going over how to do the network traffic analysis. So, couple things before we begin. You will need a program called Wireshark. So really, you'll need to go to Google and type in Wireshark download, and then you want to click on the first link here, download Wireshark, and then from there, then you want to choose the correct version for your appropriate operating system, whether you have Windows or Mac OS or Linux, but you want to download that for your appropriate operating system. So I already have this, so I'm not going to download it again, but obviously, if for me, since I have a Mac computer, I would just click Mac OS Intel ARM.64, and then it's going to download the file. Click OK, and then the file will start downloading. But as I said, I already have this program on my computer, so I'm not going to download it again. So you'll need Wireshark, and then you'll need the capture file from the MCL website while doing this challenge. So for this one here, if we look here, we'll need to download the file ftp.pcap. So you'll click on the link here, and it'll say you have chosen to open ftp.pcap. So because I have Wireshark as the default program, I'm going to click OK, and then it'll download the file, and then it'll open up Wireshark here. So if we go back to the questions here, under the cyber command here, it says we found some interesting FTP traffic. You want to analyze the network package capture to identify what was being transferred. And then they have a guide here that you can read to learn more about computer networking. And then they also have a video that you can watch that will guide you through as well. So for question 1 here, it says, what was the first username and password combination attempt made to log in this server? So if we go here to our Wireshark window, and we click here to or if we click on the request here, you'll see that scrolling down here to file transfer protocol, or FTP, you can see here that the user command, or the user name they used, was user1. If we double click packet 4 and scroll down to FTP, you can see here that Cyber Skyline is the password. If we go back here to the user name and password combination, we know that it was if we look here at packet 2, you'll see that it was user1 colon, and then if we take a look here at packet 4, you can see that the password is Cyber Skyline. So so if we go back here, type in Cyber Skyline, that takes it. So question 2 is asking what software is the FTP server running. So we have to include the name and the version. So going back here to the Wireshark captures, if we go here to the first packet and we scroll down to FTP, you can see that the the server is FileZilla server 0.9.53. So going back to the question of what software is the FTP server running, we go and reopen back packet 1. We will want to type in FileZilla server. So FileZilla server 0.9.53. 0.9.53, and that is correct. So the next question here is asking, what is the first username and password combination that allows for a successful authentication? So again, for example, we would do user:password. So if we go back here to our Wireshark packet captures, you can see here that the login or password was incorrect. So the session was closed. And then, as you see here, the request, which is packet 9, and we scroll down to FTP, you can see that once again the user name is user1. And then if we look here at packet 11 and scroll down to FTP again, you can see that the password is Metropolis. So going back to question 3, what is the first username and password combination that allows for a successful login or authentication? That would be, as we see here, user1. So you would type in user1 : and then if we take a look here again at packet 11, you can see that the password is Metropolis. So we would type in user1 : Metropolis. And that is correct. So the next question here is, it's asking, what is the first command the user executes on the FTP server? So going back to Wireshark, and if we look here at packet 15 and scroll down to TCP or FTP, you can see that the requested command was list. So it's asking what is the first command. So if we type in list, that is correct. Okay. So question 5, it's asking what file is deleted from the FTP server. So the FTP server, the file that was uploaded, you can see if we click on packet 19, we can see that the file that was uploaded to the file server was bank.cap. So going back to the question, or I'm sorry, what it was asking about the file that was deleted. If we go back to packet 19, you can see that the file that was deleted was bank.cap. So if we type it, so the answer should be bank.cap. So the next question is asking about what file is uploaded to the file server or the FTP server. So again, going back to our Wireshark packets, you can see that the file that was uploaded was, if we look here, it says compcodes.zip. So that was the file that was uploaded to the FTP server. So going back to the question, what file is uploaded to the FTP server? Looking at packet 24 again, you'll see that it was compcodes.zip. So compcodes.zip. Question 7, it's asking what is the file size in the bytes of the uploaded files. So if we go back here to our Wireshark captures, so if we click on this one, it should tell us how big the file is. So if we copy this value, so the way I got that answer was if you go and double click packet 23 and you scroll down to the very end where it says command response bytes 28,183. That's how I got that answer, is from right there. And the last question is asking what file does the anonymous user download? So going back to the FTP capture, we scroll down here. Looks like if we take a look here at packet capture 69, you can see that the downloaded file was compcodes.zip. So if we go back here, type in compcodes.zip, that is correct. This is how you can complete the network traffic analysis questions. So I would say some tips that I would suggest on doing is if they have a guide here, for example, here's if we click on this guide that Skyline provided. If you are not familiar with networking, I would highly suggest reading through this document that Skyline provided and read this document. As you see here, it does go and explain about the TCP and IP model, the different layers of the TCP IP model, what each of the layers include. So like the application layer, it tells you that the applications used are HTTP, email, SMTP. Transport layer is TCP, UDP. Internet layer is IP. Link layer is Ethernet cable, Wi-Fi signals, etc., etc. So I would highly suggest, if you're not familiar with networking, I would highly suggest taking a look at this document. Also, besides reading this guide, I would also take a look at the video guide as well. So if we open this up in a new tab, go over here. Here is a video that Skyline does about analyzing FTP traffic. The two biggest tips I can give everyone is to read the guide and watch this video if you're either if you don't really know too much about networking, or you're struggling with these exercises. I would highly recommend taking a look at both those resources to help you out.